September 18th, 2025. We should do approval of minutes. I believe, and maybe have staff comments and board of adjustment comments. Does anybody have a motion regarding approval of the minutes from the last meeting?
All motion to approve the meetings as they are from the last meeting?
We have a motion. I would second that. Let's take a vote.
Aye.
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 Any board of adjustment comments about the past or present meetings? Any staff comments about past or present meetings?
I don't have anything to say other than after we review this application, it sounds like, Jim, correct me if I'm wrong, you would like to step out of the president role and appoint somebody else. So maybe start thinking about who is feeling up to stepping up to the plate to be president, and we can do nominations and a vote after this application. So that's Clay doesn't have to sit through that.
Sunny's the vice chair.
Mhm.
He just
Somebody would have to nominate someone to move into the president role or the chair role, sorry, not the president, and then we would vote on it. I don't think precluding them to needing to be the vice chair.
be interested, Courtney.
Yeah, I guess if I were nominated, I would, I would accept.
Alrighty.
I guess Sunny has been here longer than me. Oh,
Well, we can cross that bridge when we get to it.
Staff comments, July and August, 24 minutes, 24 minutes. Do we need to approve those?
I think you just did.
Oh, and then it would seem like we should go right into the variance for consideration
Okay, sounds good.
for the variance application for Clear Remedies.
Alrighty.
Really still dry Placerville.
Thanks, Jim. We've got Clay here with us today, the applicant. We've got Sunny online. Sunny, we just did a site visit that was super helpful, and hopefully your co-board members can fill you in on that once we start discussing. But we are talking about a variance application today to reduce their rear yard setback at 30 Stella Drive. Our applicants are Clay and Mary Arendas. They were represented by their son, Henry. This is located southwest of Placerville, up above the river, on a 13.6 acre parcel that is zoned forestry, ag, and open. This is a one-step review by you all, the Board of Adjustment. And the proposal is to reduce the rear yard, which is on the west side of the property, setback from 20 feet to 5 feet to allow for the construction, of a screen porch and garage. And here is the property that you guys were just walking, southwest of Placerville. If you can see that red line, I can use my mouse. It's pointing to the setback to be adjusted. So here's that rear setback coming down. It looks really straight on this aerial map, as you guys saw in person. It was kind of going at a slope down the property. And then abutting that is BLM land, which would be the closest property to that setback. So here on the site plan, we can see the proposed garage. that would be close to where that shipping container was. And then the proposed screen porch addition down here. And here's just a little bit of a closer view. And we had the applicant fill us in on a few of the other site constraints, such as the septic and well and solar lines that maybe he'll get a chance to fill us in on again after this. The public notice happened. It was published in the Telluride Daily Planet and Norwood Post on August 29th. And then the public notice was sent in a letter to all property owners within 500 feet. And just to clarify for the record, I think there was a typo in the packet saying that it was only Forest Service, which was not accurate. We sent it to all the neighbors that were within that 500 feet mark and the BLM, just for the record. And then we did receive some comments from Sam and Samantha Samuelson, who are neighbors to the property, mostly just detailing that once you come across that bridge on Geyser Drive, there's been some staging contiguous or on Geyser Drive in the past that was a little unsafe or just a hassle for other property owners using Geyser Drive. So they had requested that in the future, any staging for construction on this property would not occur on that road or contiguous to it, adjacent. We sent this out to the county attorney, the county manager, the deputy county manager, road and bridge, the county building official, and the Bureau of Land Management. We did receive an email from Matt Gonzalez, the county building official, stating that the structure or any structure or portion thereof that is 5 feet or less from the property line will need to be constructed in accordance with section R302.1 of the building code. And then here are review standards. The highlighted standard would most likely be the finding that you all would make for this property regarding the narrowness and the topography of the parcel, leading to, you know, not a great alternative for building sites on the parcel. And then here is your sample motion. And we do have some conditions on the next page, just regarding the fact that this, if approved, this variance would only apply to that detached garage and the screen porch, and nothing else, and that they would be required to obtain a development permit from the county, that there would not be any staging on or adjacent to that Geyser Drive, that this approval is valid for 3 years, and that all written representations of the applicant are conditions of this approval, except by the extent that it is modified today. So thank you guys, and let me know if you have any questions for me or the applicant.
Yeah. I'm concerned about the Samuelson's concern. And I guess I want to hear you, tell me that you'll work with them. And are you familiar with is he not familiar with today's memo?
I think he's just asking what your response is to the Samuelson's comments regarding the staging on Geyser Drive, and
Exactly.
if you will be able to cooperate with that or help appease the neighborhood.
I didn't see the comment. I heard you say it, but I didn't really fully understand it. But
Okay.
what does staging mean?
Staging is the placement of construction equipment and materials.
Oh, that would, I mean, we've never done that down there. We, one time, when Larry was doing, or maybe it was during wildfire mitigation, they parked a truck down there and I got approval from Sam and the people that live below us. But anyway, given how much land there is up there, even if we build a garage and a screen porch, it wouldn't have to be anything down on the Geyser area. It's a non-issue. So we can commit that we won't do that. Not a problem.
Alrighty.
Do we have any questions of the applicant?
I think I got all mine answered up there on site, so.
Yeah, I have some concerns about, uh, the narrowness of, or, it, this 20-foot easement. I think it should be, any construction should minimize the amount of, cutting down this, the width of this easement. And, I think, it's just, it's, it's going to be a very difficult site to stage equipment on and machinery on, and even to access the rear of the house, with a backhoe is not going to be an easy process. And, the 20-foot easement, from BLM land, there's a reason for that. If, it's going to be expanded, I don't know, BLM, there's been a lot of sale of BLM land around, and Trump is trying to sell a lot of BLM land. So there's no guarantee that the BLM land is going to continue to be in public ownership. And, even though that land is pretty steep up there, if it's sold to a private party, their intention is going to be to, build on that property. And that will require installation of power lines and septic systems and, an extension of the road, up above your property.
Which is a private road, not public.
Yeah.
And back of our house, other than where we want to have the screen porch, then it goes straight up. There's no way anybody could build anything up there. It's very steep.
Well, your house is on a pretty steep lot already.
Right. But
Yeah.
that's why they built it where they did, because it was one flat area. So then it goes up our flat house and then it goes down. So there's no way anybody's gonna build behind us ever.
Well, I wouldn't say ever, like, if you look at what's going on the hillside here in town, it's extremely steep, and it, steeper than your lot even. So, if you've got enough money, you can build something up there. And, all you have to do is walk down Main Street and you can see how steep the hillside properties are up here.
I get it, but it's completely different plaster building in town.
Well, I don't agree with that. So my feeling is that, we should we should try to minimize this screen porch and the rear of your house. And I think probably 15 feet maximum, not instead of 20. And, I just wouldn't agree to a 20-foot, extension of your building site. And I'm okay with the garage. It's I, I just don't think we should be cutting down this 20-foot easement along BLM property. So if you can fit in, your garage, it seems like it's more level down there, but it is a kind of at a strange angle, where you are going to be parking and pulling out. And, we were parked there, and backing out in the wintertime, it seems to me is going to be not so easy. And I don't know how much snow you get up there in the winter, but I'm sure there's snow on the ground there in the wintertime.
Sure, we have plowed.
Yeah. So that's my feeling about this, that, you should, you're going to be cutting into the hillside a lot, and I just don't think that it's, I think you can have a screened-in porch that's 15 feet. And, it's really pushing the envelope of where you can build up there. And the existing property, the house is pretty much, about the maximum you can build up there. And, a screened-in porch is okay, but I just don't think it should go out 20 feet.
Well,
So you're okay with 15? The porch coming out 15, which would give them more like a
Yeah.
10-foot,
Yeah,
10-foot easement instead of a, is that what I'm hearing?
yeah. It would take it up to the corner of the fire pit. And, it's,
There's 10, 15.
Well, so the original, kind of, nothing's been designed, my understanding.
Correct.
So we're very flexible in that. My understanding is that the intent was to be around 20 feet, but it could be as small as 15.
And I'd be fine with that.
So we could make a compromise there where he went with 15 and we gave him. But I still think that that's going to be really close. We're going to be pushing our 10-foot. It may be closer to 8 or 9 feet of easement that you're going to have if you go with that 15 feet. Again, I can see where he's coming from as far as the area, and I definitely understand where you're coming from. Like you said, look at what's money is king. You can build anything anywhere if you have enough money. But I don't see a lot of other options for where that, shorten up the screen porch. We certainly can't. I don't think you can put it on another side.
Right.
But I am in agreement. We have to have some sort of easement there in the eventual case that somebody with the right amount of money decides they want that spot. So there has to be at least enough room to get a piece of equipment or, a skid steer back there to do, the utilities, et cetera, et cetera.
well, and I recognize it's, even if BLM were to sell that land, I'm not sure, how much of a road you can build up above, the property line up there. I mean,
Well, I don't think you're going to access that property line anywhere but through his driveway. So then that does create another possibility of easement challenges there. But that's assumption for the future too.
Gordon, I'm wondering if you would like to make a motion which addresses your 15-foot setback.
well, the proposed motion is for 20 feet. I would just change it to 15 feet.
Well, and to his point, I would, even though we've asked for 5, to 10 would be sufficient for the screen porch.
Okay,
Which would that would reduce the size of the screen porch from 20 to 15 if we gave him a 10-foot. And 10 feet's still enough to get a piece of equipment in there. to access utilities or in the future, if that does become a challenge, in my opinion.
Okay. So we'll make a motion to that effect.
So okay, so just to clarify, if we are gonna change this from a 5-foot setback to a 10-foot setback is what you all are discussing, and that would apply also to the detached garage?
You said you were okay with I don't think they have the room where the garage is concerned to move. They're gonna need that 5-foot setback. But I think with the screen porch, he's got an absolute valid point there. I think there still leaves a lot of access around both of those. As far as the garage goes.
Is it your intent to remove that container?
Oh, yeah, yeah, for
Because
sure,
that takes up a lot of space.
yeah.
And I think you could build there, a garage there, but
But just because of the angle and the well pump right there, we just want to push it back away from the turn of the driveway and just push it back. So again, I don't know if it would go all the way to the 5 feet, but I would like that to be approved just to, again, because we don't have plans and I don't know exactly where it would go, but ideally it would.
So out of ignorance here, I'm gonna ask a question. Can we do multiple setbacks where one is 10 and one is 5 on that back property line? Or does it have to be contiguous?
Think of language to how you would describe that. I'm sure we can think of language to say that.
So reducing the
The
rear
house
setback
must
from
maintain a
20
10
feet
foot.
to 10 feet around the house and 5 feet at the garage site?
Mhm. Well, can I just ask if the point of doing the 10-foot setback at the top is to be able to get a piece of equipment through?
That's to leave that.
Would having a 5-foot setback at the garage still allow for that? Or you're envisioning equipment will be coming?
I don't see the equipment coming down around the garage.
I gotcha.
That roadway comes up and around by the house, the garage is kind of off to the left, so I don't see that as I guess, again, they just wanted the driveway to zigzag up, I guess that could become an issue. But I think it's a lot less of an issue at the garage than it is at the house. Do you agree?
I guess, it would be nice if we, really had a final plan.
I agree. That would make a huge difference here if we actually had some verifiable dimensions of what was gonna go in there. That would definitely be a help.
No. I have a drawing of the garage, but again, we talked about the dimensions. I don't know exactly what it is, but
Is that drawing? So you have a drawing, like an architectural drawing already, or
of just
a general?
yeah, but it can, again, it just needs to go back a little bit away from the driveway and away from the pump.
And I definitely think that pump is, as far as that goes, that is definitely a valid point. It needs to
Yeah.
be kept away from that pump and have it so that you can have access to bring a well service in there and deal with that pump when it goes, because it will go at some point. That's just the way pumps work.
Do I hear a motion?
I have a quick question, if I could ask real quick.
Go for it.
On that note about BLM possibly being sold, has staff or anybody researched if that particular BLM property is on the list that is being considered to be sold? Because I know the list was sent out within the last month, because I've been looking at some BLM property in Montrose that I'm considering purchasing. So knowing if this property is potentially on the list to being sold, may be a point to consider.
Didn't even know there was a list like that.
Yeah, I was not aware of that list. So no.
Copy. Thank you.
So do you have a timeline on when you want to do this these projects. I mean,
Well,
it's gonna happen,
within the next 3 years.
well,
So
yeah.
that's, I don't know exactly, but.
but it's not like you've got contractors waiting.
Well,
approval.
we plan.
Are
to
you
use the
planning
same
on
guy.
starting this year? If we approve it today, are you gonna go out and say, all right, guys, we got the approval, we're starting to build?
Well, given the winter coming, you'll probably be next spring.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So if we
Well,
had to
we'd
push
like-
this off a week or two or a month to get all these finals questions, it wouldn't interfere with your,
No,
okay.
no, but
No, that's my main question is timeline.
Yeah, I would make a motion to continue this hearing and to try to get the comments that we've discussed here incorporated into a final plan.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Better.
I mean, again, it's just a screen porch in a garage and and I'm happy to make the screen porch smaller. And
I think we'd like to see some, your general designs.
I
What
don't
are
have
you
a
asking?
design of the screen porch. I mean,
Okay,
yeah,
but the garage,
Yeah.
you've got to,
that's not gonna
general-
change anything, but sure. I'm
and
happy
then,
to do that.
let's if, mm, can you find that or Sonny, can you give us the information on that list so we can at least look at it?
Yeah, I'll forward that over as soon as I get my hands on it.
Because I think that will make a big difference. If it's on the list, then it would make a big difference as to whether we could encroach on that easement or not. If it's not on the list, then I think it's kind of a moot point.
I agree with that sentiment. That was pretty much my only concern. I thought this packet was really well put together and straightforward. And really my only question was, the comment from the neighborhood, and that was already addressed and very sounds appropriate. And really just if this is potential for sale, I would look at this a little differently than if it's going to stay BLM for the foreseeable future.
Well. Is anybody prepared to offer a motion?
No,
Gordon?
I would like to make a motion to continue this, to table this and continue it until we can get the list of the BLM intent for sale. At least. And then during that time, if you could please give us your general idea of the garage.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think that's a huge factor. I think the BLM is the big factor there, whether that is even going to be considered for sale. I kind of doubt it being where it's at, but like you said, look what's being sold around here.
I could second that motion.
It looks like Kay has got her hand up. Kay, did you have something to say?
I'm sorry.
Okay, I had to claim myself as host to be able to unmute. Please make this continue to a specific date. I'd suggest Thursday, October 16th. That gives us about a month to look into this.
16?
Yeah, yeah.
So should I redo my motion then? Include the October 16th date?
Or just accept the friendly amendment.
And who needs to do that?
You would just say
Oh, I
accept
would
that.
accept that friendly amendment.
And did the person who seconded it accept as well?
So Jim, that would just be, I also accept that amendment.
Yes. There is an acceptance by the host.
Okay.
So are we ready for a vote?
Are we ready to vote? I
Yeah.
can believe we're at that point. We've got the necessary paperwork taken care of. So, let's vote on this motion.
Aye.
And you
Aye.
and me is aye, so we have 3 ayes. And it looks like we'll be seeing y'all October.
Sunny is also
Uh,
voting. Okay, great.
October 16.
Mhm.
Thank you.
And Sonny, you'll go ahead and get us that site or something so that we can take a look and see what is up for sale and what is intended to be saved.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
I guess we really don't have any more.
Well, let's appoint a new president
Oh,
so that you can be relieved of your duties. Thank you, Clay. If you want to stick around for
it's okay.
our chair appointment. Thanks for
All right.
coming.
Thank you all.
Appreciate
Thank you.
What about our vice chair?
So if you would like to make a motion to appoint him, that's fine, or you guys can discuss amongst yourselves for a moment.
He doesn't come to meetings.
Okay.
I see Gordon at meetings. See you at meetings all the time.
I'm going to just put this out here. I am tapped with the maximum amount of stuff I can take care of right now, so I am not interested in becoming.
All right, I'm so
Yeah.
pleased to have you.
Under different circumstances where I wasn't working out of town constantly, I would love to do it. Unfortunately, I'm at my max right now. I can't do the position justice.
I'm in a similar position. I'm traveling. Technically, I'm domiciled right now in Oregon, so my time in San Miguel County is not as much as I would like it to be. Definitely happy to continue serving this board, but being the lead president, I could totally understand if somebody else wanted to take that role who's in town full time.
So I'm gonna nominate Gordon.
Okay.
A second. Good
All right.
luck, Gordon.
So we have a motion to nominate Gordon. Should we take a vote?
Aye.
Aye. You can decline, Gordon. It's okay.
I'll say aye.
Did you say aye?
He said aye.
Aye. So,
Okay.
wow. This is a big relief, Gordon. Thank you.
Okay.
You're gonna continue to serve on this board?
Well, we'll see if I can walk. I'm having a hard time.
Okay.
We won't have a meeting for another year.
Mm-hmm. So I do think we may need to renominate Sunny to the vice chair just because it's a new year. If Sunny, you're feeling good about continuing to do that and somebody would like to make a motion to that effect.
Is Sunny
That
gonna?
is okay by me.
Alrighty.
So I'll motion to nominate Sonny
As
as
the
the vice chair.
No, chair.
Vice chair,
Okay.
Sunny. We have a second for that.
I think he should be chair. He's the vice chair now.
Well, we just nominated Gordon as the chair.
Oh, it's a-
And
Okay.
Sonny declined, so,
Yes. Respectfully.
and I would,
you call
give
it-
me a little more time, Gordon, maybe I'll be willing to take over.
All right, we have an aye from Tall and Jim. Gordon, the vote is to you for Sunny to remain as vice chair.
Aye.
Aye.
All righty, great.
We have any other issues?
I think that concludes the business we had scheduled for the day.
So can I ask you a question now? Was anybody aware of that BLM list other than Sonny? I mean,
I mean, I'm just vaguely aware of it.
Right. Well, I knew that, I knew that there was a bunch of BLM land on the chopping block, but I didn't realize that there was an actual list of the, love to see that.
Okay, I
So
think
they have an interactive map that I got an email on the interactive map, and a couple of the pieces that I was hoping were for sale were not, and the landlocked spot next to our land in Nadarita is going to be for sale. So we've been kind of following this, but
Yeah,
I don't have that link here, so I'll get it to you guys.
yeah, federal land disposal is a bit of a hot topic right now. And you know, even when it's not a hot topic, it's a bit of a process to go through, but we can definitely, you know, contact you know, our people at our contacts at the Uncompahgre field office as well and get verification from them. So
And last note to add on that is I did jump on the website really quick while we're all talking. Generally, these have been very small parcels that they're looking to get rid of, and they're usually zoned in like trash zones. This parcel that you're all looking at is absolutely massive. So I highly doubt it's going to be on that list.
Good info. Thanks.
Anybody have anything?
No, thank you for your time, everybody.
It's 11:15. We could,
Move to adjourn.
excuse me,
Move to adjourn.
yes, it's 11:15. We could move to adjourn. Nobody had anything else to respond to, so thank you guys for your help.
thank
Yes.
you all.
Thank you.
Sounds like Gordon's making a motion. I guess
I'll
we need to
second.
vote on that. Great.
Second, the motion to adjourn.
Oh, was that? I second that. I had. you know,
Aye.
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 Alrighty. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sunny.